Ekosiisen on Asempa FM. Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Sankaliwa. Hey, 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 hey. Idibe Sankaliwa. Idibe na what? Idibe na mi fana. Idibe na arbi. Idibe Sankaliwa. Idibe
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Eleven minutes after 2. It's a Wednesday afternoon. Ekosiisen is born. And we're now associated with Bremo time check 11 after 2. Show check Ekosiisen live on Asempa 94.7 FM. Name check. Or Saibon Suni. Midi Erio Saibon. So said the Munina Munim from Yobi. If it's a mere copy of Siane Faber Boy, Atnasi, Yadi Ekosiisen, Bremo, the midweek edition of the show, Africa Queen Mackerel, so and I say, Echelon Engineering Limited, CB Men and Women Capsules, Havolin Synthetic Engine Oil, Yawa Cap Farm Discounted Electricals, Sips Alata Semena, Provident Achedia Promo, Kojak Pharma Limited, Trelly Dogana, Franco Trading, Phone Papa Pafie, Kingdom Jensen Power Capsules, and our Ostec Properties. Omunina Brian Ekosiisen Jumedie Ebremo. Live on Facebook, Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. Into more Facebook, and Mamunina Aquaba. Ebia won't call Facebook, ubetimi alcohol facebook.com/Asempa 94.7 FM. And just post your comments there. Yabashana Yakai Ediamo, which much live streaming and so or Twitter, follow our live tweet handle near at Asempa 947. I would share your thoughts with the rest of the world. Or our drink chance. Our WhatsApp line here 0546 382287 0546 382287 for our drink brain. Yen Shenkai. Ekosiisen so stations are hold one FM from Takrade Aseda FM Oba Obuasi OFM Sunyane Storm FM Brekuma Grow FM Akomadan Time FM and a Cruise FM Tamale Fonsu Tien Ewo ABC Radio Salaga 48 Ewo Kan FM Emma Munina Kwaba, I'm on the stations, fire in and Chas from Comamuna. And Brenna saw the Ekosiisen Bremo, all the news you've been waiting for. And Udim said at 4 p.m. Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Zesco United Airbo El Babanyara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. Had a live commentary Ebe Bremo in Tiane Ekosiisen 3:45 p.m. Had and then we'll make way for the sports team to take over. Now, had a live commentary na Bremo from Babayara Sports Stadium. Intiende nkomo bebre na wo ho a ye behwe na yetumi edi unim se enra omampanyi ehase hande over constitutional instruments to the newly created regions to give effect to the creation of new regions. Inti enra no yehu northeast region and afi savannah region, Nalerugu being capital of the northeast region, and Adamango and Soya capital for the Savannah region. And now I was so manpenny a Bono East and a half for region. Bono East and a half for region. And the share so far, Yatesa for Bono East region, no Techiman has been named as the capital of the Bono East region. And the Yabashe di Hun Komokakra. Unim so say on the 23rd day of April of February, there are NDC presidential primaries, no baso den. In the groups be shall see declare for one candidate or the other. Mensaka statement be a waha na it's a very interesting statement. So I'll share details of that statement. Now, if we youth of Gan Adangbe youth. Now, declaring their support for one of the candidates. Statement no ewaha or say God Dangbe youth declare total support for one of the candidates. May the details never bremo enche ewo jumedie eso. Na nipa in such a statement yasiane no edi enkomo. 15 minutes after 2 Ekosiisen live 0546382287. Your WhatsApp line, and I would love to hear from you. And the moment in messages, no, a brain. So they kind of share more on all our social media platforms. Yeah, Toho say, and former Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, former Communications Director at the Presidency, Koku Anyidoho. I can say studio and check more better than can. Now, I shall see to me Eddie and Como. And the answer, no, Mamen Quahomane so Emra Nafe, Yanshare. In some or yemfa and tuja and mamo. Na American Casamen aka press statement. Maybe I'll quickly read the press statement afi Nipan and sa eshe statement yasiano yasheneno edin komo. And you say Gandangbe youth declare total support for Professor Joshua Labi in the forthcoming NDC presidential primaries. Like I say, we the youths and youth we know S also in the plural of Gandangbe states in Greater Accra, Eastern Volta regions, into we the youth of all the Gandangbe states in Greater Accra, Eastern and Volta regions of the Republic of Ghana have unanimously declared our total and unflinching support for Professor Joshua Labi in the forthcoming NDC presidential primaries. This declaration of support for Professor Joshua Labi was born out of the fact that Gandangbe constituencies have been industrious, faithful and loyal to the progress of the National Democratic Congress and Ghana as a whole since its inception. We are indeed well known for doing the dirty jobs to ensure that great leaders like Nkrumah, Liman, former President Jerry John Rawlings, the late Professor John Evans Atta-Mills, Professor and as a former President John Dramani Mahama, and a host of others had the opportunity to rule this country. After several years of hard work and absolute dedication to serving the interest of others, a globally respected son of the Gandangbe lineage has eventually stepped forward for the first time in history to be given the opportunity to lead our great party, the NDC, and Ghana as a whole. This is our turn as Gandangbe people to be given the opportunity to lead Ghana, and we sufficiently believe that Professor Joshua Labi is the best person to deliver this great dream. We therefore call on fellow Gandangbes in all the 10 regions of Ghana as well as those in the diaspora, to join hands with us to work assiduously for Professor Joshua Alabi to become NDC flag bearer for the 2020 presidential elections. It is absolutely necessary to place on record here and now that we, the Gadangbe youth, are not declaring our support for Professor Joshua Alabi solely because he is a native of Gadangbe, but also because he is the most qualified and the best man for Ghana. As a globally respected industrial economist and international marketer par excellence, he is indeed well placed to lead Ghana knowledgeably out of the current despondency into greatness and prosperity. Professor Alabi's track record in transformational leadership and good governance cannot be overemphasized. He was a former member of parliament for Krowo constituency in Accra, former minister for Greater Accra and Northern Regions between 1997 and 2001 respectively, vice chancellor for University of Professional Studies Accra, now UPSA, chairman for Accra Technical University Governing Council between 2009 and 2014, chairman for the West Africa region of the International Association of University President, among others. Clearly, he is well experienced to lead Ghana better than all the other aspirants. We as a group are not interested in playing the tribal card, but we believe it's our time as Gadangbe people to be given the opportunity to lead our motherland, Ghana. We therefore call on all other well-meaning Ghanaians to rally support for Professor Alabi as flag bearer of the NDC and the next president of the Republic of Ghana. God bless Gadangbe youth. God bless the NDC delegate. God bless all well-meaning Ghanaians for choosing Professor Alabi. Possible together. Convene ane tennis Wesley ni odai afote. Tennis Wesley ni odai afote. Ni odai afote akwa ba Ekosiisen so ni.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Obini. Apomi ya there.
I don't know. I salute you.
No problem, no problem.
Medasi.
Bibi aboko there.
I don't know. I don't.
Na.
Please. Also katana but this is nyamu
Bibi abeye. Se me kind mu statement here mo dia ba betu dwana. Obi beka say the underlining way no a bit tribalistic because I say you think say as God Dangbe is nothing a drum so say was monsu mudi o mampanyin akonwa ne bi and all of that. I didn't know was free that basis cry ever in the first place.
Okay, let say you can say and you say play tribal but your name say he's also qualified obetina ejuma but now is the one Nipanian Kenya no I support him. And yet no any issue because you need to bet but I hope I'm making it clear.
Yeah, me too, pa.
Yes. Anything I support him because and yet so you can but we know he can do the work. When he say oh you in part of what
now me share statement now I must say we the youths and youth and I so of all the Gadangbe states in Greater Accra, Eastern and Volta regions of Ghana, mo kanisana mo patre say Gadangbe youth bia what Ghana hani a part of some release way.
But only say but I would say
Metiopa.
Yes, I want to say Gadangbe was Greater Accra. For the woman Adam Eddie from for now, Eddie back down to Gamashino side. But what that means? Now, Coco, I'm speaking to the Ghana there. I'm talking about the Ghana language. And your mom wants to say this is the reason why they say one thing support and not talk to Shalabi. And to tell you the truth, some of them are young they no more want to say yes, this is the time. So they understand it. But what that means? Yes.
And you are saying, sir, when you say mass support now amongst the youth in all the Gadangbe states.
100%.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM 94.
Inti omu amutimini one way din komono. Na ye share in terms of numbers be saying.
But so see Gadangbe states there millions. So any there more number but if I'm start to say me for towns number.
But at least some mu meetings na nipa eba numbers be eba meboa.
Yes.
And it is our numbers, ne, share saying.
Numbers may be depending in the town now you're from. But because we make sure we talk to the individuals or more time. Sometimes we need 200, 300 people. Sometimes only 500. But as I say, one time say, and this presidential election, a year for delegates.
Yes.
I think I bet we know. But I'm making a year order for mistake.
No problem. No problem.
I think I bet threshold now. To the general election. For now, we are talking about delegates. More delegates. Although some of the people no more delegates, but we also talk to the 1 million people. They can also convince the people to understand that this is the situation on board.
But to declare in most statements, Professor Labi the most qualified amongst Nipa 7 age nano. What do you mean by no?
Mpacho yenina ewo profile no mo. Mpacho the profile is about the things he has done and it's no now working. Mpacho remember only political life profile. If you be okay with that, I will be cool.
Me too.
Yes, about say why president of Union, Ghana National Union of Ghana Students before. Why president? National Union of Ghana Students. Europe before. Why MP or Koku constituency? Why Greater Accra Regional Minister? And why Minister of State? Why Northern Regional Minister? Why Chairman for Greater Accra Region? Mr. Campaign, Prof. Mills campaign team. He's been there when the political career, small about it, but different issues for us. Among the presidential aspirants, you can't say they all can't do the work. They all can do the work. But to tell you the truth, he's the best among all of them.
So what kind of profiles of Obi to say Gusitano, Obi to say Ekos Gabra, former President Mahama, Ejina, you think say after reading all their profiles, no, Professor Joshua Labi profile, no, was roasting your munyanade. When somebody has become a president before, Obi be a president, Dano.
About me say that area more. When actually speak at many can say, I am selling my candidate. Obi Abe president. Obi Adani IPS into UPS. And I name the overhaul. In so Adani president, there are issues about the local election. Comparison will be a little bit different. But as I'm saying, I don't want to talk about any candidate apart from my candidate.
Inti oyewo candidate enye Gadangbe youth or candidate mebo.
In fact, I want to say we know if you convener into some Qatar, that means I'm speaking for a Gadangbe youth.
Obi Ede Aba on Facebook say your friend Maybell Awusi Akpabli or say they cannot talk to Gadangbe people. Not all of us support their candidate. Those faceless people who hide behind these few people to do mischief will not work. Enti utie obi say utie free dome pillar 2. Or not so obviously no who ne so ye Gadangbe youth. And also mo ye faceless people na say mo kwhye nipa kakra bi achi am say mo support of all Gadangbe youth to be doing their mo ye. Obeka na na akere no.
Abajo me kan tell you say ya no Madam Ghana any Gadangbe. Say you see a candidate be here and we are talking about a candidate. So on that doesn't mean that the candidate is not good. And now we are putting at least I've given my name out. Ya can research. And I research Prof. And I bet me Jimana or bet Ghana from these problems that we have. So I don't have any problem with her. Most of the people are here and they are fighting for this cause. So that's it.
Okay. And apart from mono delegates nankasa so ekwakoto aba no Gadangbe fo na ewo mu no omo support mu move amoye.
Most of them. That is why I said we've spoken to most of them. So most of them understand what we are talking about.
Yo, Mate, Minia, tennis.
And Pacho,
Yes.
Before we leave, I would love to say something. Pacho.
Mamintio.
I was out than the book, so I have to sit me down. I have to sit me down. And Pacho, if I'm like that, would be let me worry. Don't you pay any AV? If you're like, what makes more itcher? Maybe Gadan will be here. What makes more different parties? But the president, you come on about this channel. For someone, the other Gadan will be here. What you make more about what a party here. Diana, no, you won't issue one. One check Gadan will be many of Ghana, many outside Ghana. My family actually hear me. Me support Professor Joala. Exactly one woman. They are can be so Waliak, if I know two.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Yo, tennis. Udini tennis. Wesley ni Odai Afote.
Yes.
But one cause we a member of the NDC. Who polling station bang?
But no play branch, no.
Bang?
No play branch.
No play branch. Nungwa.
But I.
Now to about a card bearing member of the NDC.
100%.
Oh, okay. Now just also we a delegate, right?
Papa.
Mate. Me nase. Why?
All right.
Na yemfa ensi. The tennis Wesley ni Odai Afote. Ono a convener of Gandangbe youth. Almost say in all Gandangbe states in the country. Inti stretcher from Greater Accra region, Eastern to Volta region. Omona de Sansemi Atuja. Na reactions be brina eba from this particular statement. Mekai be the amamo 30 minutes after 2. So the card to manimino ora Koku Anyidoho atna se mema na kwaba na fe yahwe ede yen komono ahyehye so Ekosiisen so it also wadwen show question be na 0546382287 0546382287 na yentie wonso wadwen kire enawie ewo Ekosiisen dwumadie eso mo amohwe on Facebook nenso yada munyina ase and some very interesting comments especially from some of the Gandangbe I share on Facebook. Okay, mekai bi ya maba ora Koku Anyidoho atena se Koku akwaba.
Thank you Obi
bibi aboko there
yaboko I was there
koyi
good
koyi pa
official pa
afin komode me hu na ache
yabo so we invite me actually we don't make more than
na me ado mende wa ba cancer,
you know.
Yes,
sometimes it's not easy to find me.
Yeah,
Dominic, to be fair to Dominic, he has tried the two of you, but that schedule I tight, especially towards the end of last year. And say but then coupons is at least Wednesday
yeah.
And it's good to be here. The idea we started years ago no. So I think that you two have come now assuming from where Kaba left off. May so rest in peace. And I think that you are doing a great job. We will continue to support for as long as it's possible.
The last time who was, I think many ball also was Congress Amoye would trade fair.
Wamba Udumasi
that be meant to me.
Okay, and trade fair near share.
Trade fair near share.
I Dominic will be in a Michelle.
Yeah, Dominic no mind here.
Yes,
yeah. Yes, after Congress. Oh yeah, then.
Well, thank you, Obi, and let me say, Mamincha wait here for Asempa here for more Ghana and Amanonina, those who are watching, sorry, and listening wherever. I think that it's only appropriate to say and I think that we are still in the early embers of the new year, 1919, official power. Well, Obi, after Congress, November 17th, 18th, 19th, one had to rest.
Yes.
It has been hectic, to be frank. After Congress, now May County Womensan, the continuous years since 2001, I about opposition. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I just realized that, wow, 18 continuous years. Of course, prior to the 2000 year opposition, and 2000 opposition, one was also working in the trenches. And if I add my student days and how we fought those days for the restoration of the Fourth Republican democracy, you know, this was in 1990, 91, 92, thereabout years. And we were really in the thick of the student movement. I just said that, look, if I want to count it even from that time, it must have been like 30 continuous years. So I thought that I mean, after Juma cry, you could leave and so if I say the last week of November, the whole of December, the whole of January, I just decided to rest.
Oh, they rested.
Oh, come on, it was important. I'm still resting half and half, but more spend time in the village, spend time waking up, of course, taking care of one's health as well, trying to do some early morning walk, you know, to keep fit. So I guess that's what I would have been doing. Of course, apart from that, Obi, we've been doing some work too on the side. And it's my name, Professor Koku Anyidoho.
Professor Koku Anyidoho.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are three brothers.
Yes.
Ato, Kwesi, and Koku Anyidoho. Professor Koku Anyidoho, between the two of us, in the past 1.5 years.
On the local governance expert.
Exactly. Okay. Professor Gimpa, local government expert. He's the lawyer and everything. Yes. I feel back on Chini. He decided say President Mills, what done is happening so. But yan sheye ni antinasi an trone hon sema. He didn't say na chese.
You refino.
Exactly. Apart from that, said the a cano a man done is something so. And sema ye can say oyare yeno and I said 24th no. I didn't see you make a call the one I didn't to make and I didn't call maternity ward 37. And my last week crana meet some recording be on social media.
Yes.
It had to do with the course why I was so West Wagon. And the position taken by many Ghanaians. And I'm maybe on tears here, said that Sasem Nesia. Since President Akufo-Addo come na President Atamils cried in the maternity ward. Crown young country in Ghana for now then President Mills know him and then come maternity. I mean, I felt so scandalized. You understand?
Yes.
So people are still repeating those, you know, falsehood. So myself and Professor Koku Anyidoho about a year and a half ago, and they say, look, if we don't set the record straight and tell the true story, it is the falsehood that will remain till eternity.
But are you saying here on record, say, such stories I'm
telling you. So we are working on Professor Moses' biography, and I'm able. Hopefully July this year, I'll be 7 years. I think in song, our President Mills done the Sambe Kumchi. Yabel launches a biography, well-researched biography. So while I was campaigning last year, I was still working in between years. Interview close to 70 personalities in Ghana. 70 very important. All of them are important. From family in Cape Coast, both maternal, paternal. We had to drive there. From family here in Accra. People that he attended school, from primary, where he was born in Takwa. Say the midwife cry or Gina or Nidin teacher now or started very detailed research work. His time at University of Achimota School. Yes. Then his university days. Now Yanko 4. Then UK. Call your masters. Then the PhD. All those things. Then his early days as a lecturer. Some of his very first students or Ambassador Francis Cheganumune, Lawyer Fuganum, they were the very first set of students Then those who were contemporaries at the time at the law faculty, yes. Professor Kosi Bochenumo, Professor Albert Fiajonumo. So extensive, including former President Kufuor. We had to seek an appointment with President Kufuor, myself and Professor Koku Anyidoho. And we went to President Kufuor's house. He welcomed us. We interviewed him. So many Ghanaians, Mr. Tuahoy, Professor Kusibetre himself, not only President Mills, we were classmates actually at the faculty. They sat in the same class from first year to final year. So we've done that. In fact, thanks to God, about 3 weeks ago, the manuscript, say a draft, at the proofreader.
Oh, okay.
Well,
you've gone far.
Oh, yes. In fact, just last week also, we met with the publishers, the potential publishers, printed book. So we've really gone far, and we are in the final moments of just hemming in the loose ends, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Hopefully by July this year, the 7th anniversary of the passing away of President Mills, we should launch this 25 chapters. 25 chapters, and tell the truth as far as we are concerned, per live records, per research from family sources, so that we can put to rest some of those matters. So it's a serious
but you think, say, Ejuma wo any Professor Kwame Ahoy ayen. Say more this our story, no, eba in the book, documented and all of that. People will still go and say, okay, we're telling the story from your perspective.
Well, good point, Obi. But hey, but even the Bible, people still challenge the Bible.
Yes,
you understand.
Yes,
people still think the synoptic gospel, Matthew, Mark, and Luke or whatever, Matthew, Mark,
John, Luke,
whatever, were written by some people writing fairy tales. Some people look at the Bible as if it is one of the fables of Chaucer.
Yeah,
but it doesn't stop the Bible from existing. It doesn't stop me, a Christian, from believing in the Bible. That when it is said in the book of Isaiah, that like look 40 verse 31, that look, I will those who wait upon the Lord, He will renew their strength. He will give you wings like the eagle. Yes, you shall run and not be weary. I believe in it. Somebody may choose not to believe in it. So we will write the book. It will come out. It will be launched properly. In fact, 4 very senior professors have done the review. Oh yes, they have done the review. And as we move on, it becomes more exciting. And I can't wait for that book to be launched sometime in July. And people will now begin to understand who President Mills really was, what he stood for in academia, in religion, sports, politics as a statesman. And it will be an interesting read.
Only Mamina now kasa wo share the video on social media.
It was a voice clip.
Me say one ne kasa ewie say obi a wo sa adwen no say wo Koku Anyidoho the Prof Mills eto wo car mu de ne call maternity. E den ne see wo de ne call hen.
Look, and I make say first of all, President Mills on the 24th of July.
Yes.
When he had to be rushed to 37 military hospital, there were medical doctors by his side.
Ewo Castle.
I was in my office.
Now office no way.
My office Castle. Okay. But I have an office.
Yes.
Said the maintenance.
Yes.
I said I to be sorry. Yes, I had my own office where I operated, my own secretariat. So I was not with the president 24 hours. Okay. And in terms of the medical issues, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a paramedic. You understand? So you had doctors and nurses around. But what? It's part of the
very, very important.
Yeah. So that day, the president was billed to fly to Lagos.
Okay.
Internal panel, he had given the go-ahead to secretary to the president. So one was the president on troll letters.
Yes.
Secretary on troll letters. Or we are not assigning.
Yes.
So secretary to the president, Babaku Menza, was given instructions to prepare a letter, not president didn't sign it, to officially inform parliament. So we took Akko Lagos. So it looked like a normal morning, even though we knew that there were health challenges. No two ways about that. So it was a sudden something. And when it happened suddenly, yes, there were professionals around. So he was moved in an ambulance. The ambulance. Yes. AMBULANCE. Ambulance. He was moved in an ambulance. In fact, there's always been 2 ambulances on standby at any point in time. I don't know. He was not left alone. His security close escorts, including professional policemen, went with him. There was a motorcade that carried him. There were doctors in the ambulance trying to do whatever they could do, first aid. And he was sent to the intensive care unit of the 37 military hospital. I repeat, the intensive care unit of the 37 military hospital.
Collapse our castle ana.
He didn't collapse. Whatever health challenges began at the castle, and they stretchered him from his residence into the ambulance, as will be the case.
Yes,
you have to be stretchered.
Yes,
so he was stretchered into the ambulance.
From time of health challenges to time of drew intensive care unit. How many minutes?
Well, the movement from the castle to 37, because it was at that time of the morning around 10 o'clock. There was some traffic.
Yes,
quite heavy traffic. So we had to, even the ambulance and the people had to move on to the other side of the opposite side. So we had to drive in the opposite direction to be able to get to 37 military hospital. You will be surprised that in that short period, or in that supposed to be that distance, about 30 minutes to get there.
30?
Yes. The traffic was just so thick. And it's so ironical because President Mills himself, as a president, anytime we had to move out, say about Free Castle, a co-official assignment, his first instruction will be, you people should make sure that we use the road that has the least traffic. I don't want to inconvenience people. Yet that day when he was being sent, he was on that final journey, there had to be some inconveniencing because then we had to rush there was no option. So the president was sent to the ICU. Medical doctors, both military specialists and civilian specialists, were on standby at the ICU when the president was sent in there. But it so happened that God brings us out here to serve and calls us back home to rest. So God called him back. So this whole propaganda
that
I put him in my pickup or my Ford, it's so ridiculous, it's not funny.
But I don't know why are you telling the story now?
Obi, there are times and seasons. At that time, first of all, in the first year or that particular year, Obi, one was too distraught to be paying attention to some of these things. Just say, yes, when my mother died 26 years ago, maybe that was the first time death hit me at very close range. This is my mother. May her soul rest in peace. I was in my final year in Legon. I was very, very confused. Now, years down the line, this is a sitting president of the Republic of Ghana. You know, every time we traveled, by air and there was turbulence, I always consoled myself when there's turbulence that, oh God, he would not allow anything to happen to this plane once there's a president in the you understand?
Yes.
That's how I used to comfort myself when there's turbulence. There was one trip we did from New York into Venezuela for an African Caribbean. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I won't forget that level of turbulence there. But anyway, so you console yourself anytime around the president that nothing can happen, can happen. But here's the president now, gone.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Dead. When I saw the lifeless body, because after the doctors took him in and they did everything, that one they will not allow you to be there. I mean, they have to do their work. But after it was all said and done, they had to invite family and those of us close associates, and well, His Excellency is gone. So I was ushered in, and there he was, lifeless. And of course, oh my goodness. Then he was covered in a green, sheet. So they had to pull it off a bit for me to see that, And I remember what the doctor said, Koku, that's your father. I mean, he's gone. What can you do? And so around that time, Obi, are you going to spend your time now responding to this kind of propaganda? You know who will listen to you.
But at least after first year, yes. But subsequent years, nah.
Well, even that one, if I had said it, it is Koku Anyidoho who has said it. But if there's, I mean, for those of us in academia, but if there's a document, a published document, like a biography, which becomes a source document that students can make reference to, they can use in exams, because that's a source document, then there'll be more authenticity. People will now believe it more. And I recall, that day when we were mourning and everything, and it's all in the biography. The lead physician, Professor He just called. First of all, they brought in. They moved us into a room somewhere.
Yes.
Because we were very distraught. And there was one inspector at the time. No, was he inspector? Yeah, I think he was inspector at the time. Gariba. I respect him so much. A police inspector.
Okay.
I think now he should be assistant superintendent. Gariba, while we, almost all of us, were weeping and wailing, Gariba stood on his feet and was still on duty. After the whole thing settled and I asked Gariba why he did that, he said for as long as the body had not been moved to the morgue, he believed that he was still on duty guarding the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
So Gariba did not shake, he did not move, he just stood there, still on duty, until the lifeless body was moved to the morgue before Gariba believed that he was no more on duty. I mean, those are stories that need to be told. And somewhere like Gariba, people play different roles. But I recall this professor telling us, they moved us into a room, brought in a clinical psychologist to try and work on us because, then the professor, the lead physician, he said, you people know the president was sick. Is that not so? We said yes. So we've done everything possible, but as you know, he's no more. And he said something I'll never forget, that to quote him, allow him to go and rest. You people should allow him to go and rest because he defied medical science for 8 years.
That's instructive.
Thank you.
Or defy medical science
for 8 years.
For 8 years. Meaning, say,
because
now, why yari for 8 years? I was anka.
Per krata ya yunu. Nanko waso kone krechi.
Earlier.
In fin, the friends saying, 8 years, watch be a tremu. It is a ne.
Professor ne cancer.
It is a nena or see or qua. Mumaninko, yamum. But mumaninko jiwa na home. And when he said that, then I recall the number of times during the campaign, and even as president, President Mills kept saying, Koku, especially during the campaign, Koku, have to win for the NDC before I die. I have to win for the NDC before I die. I'm not a failure. I've never been a failure. People are calling me a failure because I lost 2000 and 2004. Koku, I'm not a failure. Then he'll go back to his academic records. Not that he was boasting, but it's something of public knowledge. I mean, PhD, name it.
27 years PhD and all of that.
You know? And so it was a willpower. That is how passionate some of us are about the NDC. If you are so close to a candidate who defied medical science just to win an election for a political party, it hurts when you see power slipping away. And when you say it,
now
you are called names. You are branded because you are speaking the truth. Because we know, we witnessed it. Look, we did things. Some of it we cannot even say. Yeah, some of it you cannot say because me fan can't yes, but we did things. So if in an election year or in a build up to an election year, then as deputy general secretary of the party, things are falling apart and you scream and you say, stop it!
Now you do attempt.
Yeah, they call you names and they brand you. Well, here we are in opposition. And we are struggling to climb the ropes again.
Baba, ebi so we approach any style we use to the cancer.
Well, I mean, Obi, why? In 2008, what campaign style did we adopt? Door to door.
Door to door, yes.
House to house.
Yes.
MPP was laughing at us.
Yes.
And if you know how that door to door happened, Master, it was a Koku Hill, the campaign center.
Ekosiisen.
What's your name? Dominic.
Yeah.
That's how I got to know Dominic for the first time. A young rookie on the job. and he was thrown at me. Yeah, Bobie then was around.
Yes.
So it was Bobie who called me and said, Master, I've got this young guy called Dominic. I want to attach him to the team. That's why when we won, God willing, I didn't desert Dominic. And I made him come to the presidency as a correspondent. Yes, just to reward hard work. So people like them know the story. So if you are saying it, you are only saying out of passion that Master Yang Shen. So if in 2008 we adopted door to door, while Akufo-Addo,
President Akufo-Addo.
Well, he's president now, but then candidate Akufo-Addo, he was doing the media blitz and the razzmatazz with the celebrities. You understand? At the beach. And I remember those days, my paper, Ghanaian Lens, there was a picture that we picked after President Akufo-Addo and some of these guys, celebrities, had some deep party at the beach. It was wind stops and used condoms at the beach the next morning. And Ghanaian Lens never stopped using that picture until we won the elections. Master, we worked hard. So we're doing door to door, house to house. Low key campaign. It's not about money. As like my friends, the Muslims or other people will see, but could bani. So yani. Find a message, a strong one, send it out. So we were doing that, reaching out hearts and minds. Nana Akufo-Addo and his team thought that look, it's all about the media blades, and the musicians, endorsements for musicians. We won that election. MPP didn't know how we won it. So even 2016,
more you repeated the same mistake.
Nana Akufo-Addo now is adopting our 2008 standard, and we decided to use big billboards and engage celebrities. Master, so here we are.
But me tell you what can and me were other questions.
Because this is about without any disrespect to celebrities.
Yes.
But Ghana hasn't reached that stage yet.
Celebrity endorsement is a huge thing.
Because we are still very much a very conservative society. People don't know. And the psyche of the nation is still very conservative in spite of the modernization, blah, blah, blah. The general psyche is still conservative. And sometimes some of the roles even the celebrities play in their line of business, people think that is their real nature, and so do not identify with them. You get what I'm saying? I have to act a movie, and the role I have to play is that I have to be a bad person in the movie. People tend to misconstrue that to mean
stand out in person.
So that celebrity may not necessarily resonate with sections of the society because they think that you're a bad person. And you put that person to lead your campaign for you, he's not resonating with anybody. So,
and some you way in our point in it. Kokulim, me say a funnel step by step. Messia Bahami was some questions on that. But back to the earlier story, and because relationship with Prof Mills, everything about him we are very passionate about. My stories be one and say. On the day itself, who can say Anopano, now was a President Mills, Eko Abuja.
He was going to fly to Abuja, I think, later in the day.
Begin say what story said he indeed went to Abuja.
No.
And in fact, Omudini fra Abuja Airbano, na we would.
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true.
Abuja.
He didn't go to Abuja. It's not true. You can ask him, but he didn't go to Abuja. He didn't leave the castle that morning. The only time he left the castle was when we had to put him on the stretcher into the ambulance.
The see and son a modern stretcher so near deno. CCTV cameras are what how to make capture.
Oh, it happened in his bedroom. And who's going to put the CCTV?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It happened in his bedroom. Yeah, the rest of the outdoor activities
was captured.
I'm sure to be captured.
Modern ambulance.
It should be there. If that is if it existed, it should be there. But that is what happened in the bedroom. What happened in the bedroom?
In this book, I remember out in July, you know, because one my circumstances, no more than a hospital, maybe more than a tray and all of that. But the actual cause of death, more kind of book.
Well, the book will come out and you will see what it is that is there. And we have mentioned names, people who are alive, people whose testimonies that we have used, and they are there. And at the launch, those of them who will be able to be there will be there, and we shall show you pictures of people that we've interviewed. This young man sitting here with me right now, Adolf Boating, is one of the assistants who worked with us. He does all the IT stuff for us. So we will show you pictures of people we have interviewed. In fact, there's a picture of myself and President Kufo and Professor Hoy. That one I can show you to you immediately. But so we didn't sit it anywhere and cook up any story. These are facts. The people we interviewed in their homes. We have the date, the time.
No, but Emono will not tell us the cause of death.
Well, yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. It will not tell you the cause of death. But in the book, we will state it that, look, at the end of the day, there was an autopsy.
Yes.
And the autopsy report was handed over
to
the family.
Cause of death. No.
And I keep saying, of course. I mean, there's no autopsy report.
Why don't we know?
That question is, there's no autopsy report that.
Yes.
Autopsy report doesn't contain medication.
Yes, it contains the cause of death. So why don't we know? Why should it be a state secret? I don't know what's a secret.
I don't think it's a state secret.
Do you know the cause of death?
I will know
as per the autopsy report. No?
That's a good question. As per the because
yes.
I have to be frank, I have not seen the autopsy report. No. I'm saying that. I mean, it was handed over to the family, and they decide what to do with it. But I haven't seen the autopsy report. But I'm giving you the lead up and as to what happened. If you go to 37, they will tell you that the man didn't come to it. So when I listened to that woman last week, I was scandalized, and she was saying it with so much vehemence. Sir, Tamils now more than the call 37. I don't know him, no more than the call maternity ward. And look, I can't hear na BBS. Why I was to work on now. Say Nanado heading. Oof, trying to berate the NBC government at the time. Said that even in our time we took a president to a maternity ward. It's not true. It can't be possible.
But Koku, Unzameka said the Professor Carr said Prof Mills edify science.
Yes.
Because the SC should have happened 8 years
but
ago.
Okay, you finish your
meaning say more campaign and all of that no na munim say papa be president he cannot go the full haul.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know that story about the 8 years. Who knew? It was after he passed on.
Now we name so yare.
I'm saying
from day one.
We all know he had health challenges. Me know Tias is here. Do you know what you have? Do I know what I have? So as for health challenges, as human beings, we will have them. But honestly, I'm not clairvoyant. Clairvoyant can kind of treat me saying, "Minye dunsi, omo amushe dunsi ni anaze de. Minye dunsi ni a, meshe president atanu se minye say, who say, we de, ye de ne kwa kono wi a, obeka baby."
But now you're close to him.
Very close.
Say nipa no wa yare bi onim say because all can say, Koku, I have to win this election.
But that is, you see, that is willpower. That is willpower. That is willpower, and God grants us. In fact, in the book, there's a section which we have says that if you should ask President Mills what kept him alive,
yes,
and you ask him whether it was his willpower or the grace of God, his answer will be that it is the grace of God. It's in the book that for knowing him, if you ask him, I will say it was his willpower, but he will say that it was the grace of God.
Yes.
That kept him, and that is the grace of God. It is the grace of God that translated into his willpower, and that is the might of whoever made us. That's why I believe that there's a maker. Those who think that they came into the world on their own, that's their business. But there's a maker, there's a creator, and he does things in his own ways. In fact, in the middle of even before the burial, one night I couldn't sleep, and so I had a Bible by my pillow. When I opened the Bible, my brother, I had never read that chapter before. If I had never come across it my whole life until that 2012,
on Asempa FM.
I just opened the Bible and just took me straight to Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, at chapter 55. I think from verses 8 going,
yes,
up to about 12.
Yes.
But somewhere in there, I'm not quoting but I'm just paraphrasing. It says that my ways are not your ways. Neither are my thoughts your thoughts. And that as far as the heavens are from the earth, so are my ways and my thoughts far from yours. It was after that reading of that chapter, Obi, that I could sleep for the first time. Then I realized that God was telling me something. That this fretting that you are fretting that the man has died, that is your human thinking. Your ways are not my ways. I have called him to eternal glory. So brace yourself up for the fact that for the rest of your life, you are going to have to operate on your own without him. Because he's not around. So if you were a baby crawling at the time, wake up and be a man. Whatever legacy he has left, whatever he has taught you, hold on to those principles. And you never know where I, the maker, will put you. There's a lot of unfinished work that he didn't finish. For all you know, I send over the mantle to you to walk in his ways and complete his unfinished job. That is why for me, setting up the Tamils Institute readily came to mind, because we had to set up the institute and keep this brand and this name alive. the issues of governance, the issues of democracy, the issues of law, what he stood for as a sportsman, as a father, as a mentor, as a teacher, as an academician. Some coherent and organized story must be told. So, in the absence of a biography, yes, as for the biography is good. It's from his birth to his death. Yes, it's very detailed, I'm telling you. Even as a lawyer, those who thought that he was a lawyer never practiced. It is there, you see how he practiced. Oh, yes, he practiced. There are cases. And how, in terms of his contribution to the economy, especially when in the days of the PNDC, we had to move under the IMF, World Bank, whatever. We now had to move into the area of income generation. Producer said you can with us and Pampa a program. Ocean Titura, a Juma or yes, or Yem. Now Ocean President Rollins Abreso, time and now obey acting commissioner of VAT. IRS, exactly. In Sakaya or the buyer. Say Yankasa Ghana, he bet me a sika, a free your mind, Adia Yen Puntojuma. Say you will see every structure as IRS Honomono. Massa, it's so amazing. And we no more, no more Juma IRS or Edin Como, or more mental or more Nankasa recruit or more by IRS, or more Kokotu or more. Very look, I thought I knew him. Now me feel saying him no. But through this research
way, you know, what on the more?
More. I mean, Jim because me who in every ansana sebe me so me mrebeso.
Maybe so clarify way mami ansana ya toaso and kasano ka say anopa before say obeko or yes, Obeko Nigeria, no, or catching a second book about this clarity. I'm about okay, say, the secretary said, on type it letter be Emma.
On prepare letter for him to sign.
At that time, no, our office and also on the bed.
No, the residence.
Yes,
our castle.
Okay,
the residence bit of the castle.
In the office.
No. On that 24th July. He never entered the office.
The office?
Yes.
In the Fiena BBC. Hona doctors neko fa.
Exactly.
Edene Babesen call hospital. Yes. Okay. Ekosiisen was Sempa FM. 5 minutes after 3 minutes, Mr. Koku Anyidoho no former Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, former Director of
the clock no say
because you want some na ebusao and maybe we'll come fast forward to 2016 because the emunsem kakaba be remo na ansa na no before 2008 campaign e ba be shase no unya opportunity ehu o boss o former boss medical records.
No. I told you that look, I wasn't when it came to the medical aspect.
Yeah.
That is why when people think say, for want of a better phrase, say I actually controlled the mindset of President. I just laugh. It's impossible. Somebody who sharp brain, what do you call it? A high flyer, somebody self-made before I met him. Yes, on Legon I knew him when I was on Legon, when I entered Legon in 1990. But it was not this kind of bonding. You understand? So medically, my job was director of communications.
Yeah.
Is that not it? Yeah. A speech writer. I wrote all his speeches from.
Oh, you did?
Yes, all from a position as a president, State of the Nation address, UN speeches, AU speeches, ECOWAS speeches at the National Thanksgiving Day. I wrote all those speeches.
As part of a team, and as a one.
I wrote the speeches. I will pick inputs. Yes, but I wrote the speeches. All them.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm telling you. It's a story that I have to tell myself. No, I wrote all the speeches. You go and check the records. I wrote all speeches. I will pick, of course, I have to pick input. So for State of the Nation address, you must get
from the
ministry's department.
Ministries.
But I will sit down. Yes. I have to thread it.
Oh, really?
I have to give a theme. All the 4 State of the Nation addresses, I themed those things, the addresses. I gave them, and Dominic and Co will tell you. They saw me at work. Sometimes I have to lock myself up for 2 weeks just to get the thing. And of course, not open speeches, no so in term. Yeah, at least State of the Nation there. There's 1 week before the State of the Nation, and I said 10 days. Open a draft.
Now what you go through?
You won't believe say a draft no. And or the Parliament. Draft no nyano. That's all.
The old man
oh draft no be nyano. Say changes be wo or be catch them my changes no. But draft now nya first no. And one will be kita. At the Parliament.
Not just the level of trust I know one man was
so you go and do the changes in the master document. Yes. But this draft that you have given me and in all humility, I remember the first time a cock Castle. Actually he introduced Mr. Bebaku Mensah to me. Tamane or Koku Hill campaign office. One day, Mr. Bebaku Mensah about and friend no say Koku on the office or no say Koku. This Mr. Bebaku Mensah, he was secretary to cabinet when I was vice president under President Rawlings. I know we shall win the elections. After we have won, you see, he will become my secretary at the presidency. I know here at Koku Hill, you are doing virtually everything here. But you see, when we win and we go to the presidency, the job is different. And I need a very experienced civil servant, public servant who understands. So you will work with him. So I shook Mr. Bebaku Mensah and I was like, sir, I look forward to working with you. So when the first time I did a speech, me following protocol and following, I'm very regimented. It's a mere speech. I'm the command Mr. Bebaku Mensah, secretary to president, said,
on him.
Mr. Bebaku Mensah's statement was that the president has told me that he has confidence in your writing abilities and that you are a good speech writer. So you see, Koku, you see the work on my table. I won't go through the speech. Go and give to the president himself. Let him go. If he has any changes, he will make it. That was the first and last time. So Mr. Bebaku Mensah never vetted any speech I wrote. And in all humility also, most of the speeches I wrote for the president, he hardly made changes. Obi, to be a speechwriter.
Is it because I
understood him. I got into his system.
Okay. It did not want him to pay.
Thank you. I understood him. That is why my relationship with President Mills, you know,
relationship.
But that person will have to create the opportunity for me to have that relationship with him or her. President Mills created a certain opportunity. He told me stories. We had quiet moments together. We prayed together. We ate together. We will fly to New York and he will sleep in the house of my elder brother who works with the United Nations in New York. I'll fly with him to his brother's place, Cadman, in Potomac. I will sleep in the same house, eat at the same table. So it became like family. The bonding was big and great. Yeah. So I understood him because he opened up to me. It's like going to a doctor or going to a lawyer.
Yeah.
If you don't tell the lawyer, say why are there no crown? One can't no crown and lawyer now. Or better no court to court. Eddie Ajijo. Who the catch is on our year? No from the law, no from no court, no go Jijo. But also no 1 year. Okay, fine. You could do court now for a court there. He say on our year. Lawyer no body ben. So I had to open up to him and he had to open up to me. So then when you are writing the speeches for him, you can put words in his mouth that you know he will say.
He will say.
So speech writing himself. Okay. And I remember one party big week be Koku. One day, Koku, honestly. Back to the question you asked, now me be so this big week actually said, Koku, you are amazing, you know. Because in other jurisdictions or even in most presidencies, there were special desks for special writings.
Yeah.
Omo politics.
Yeah.
Omo politics.
Yeah.
Omo sports. Omo religion. Omo bibia. But Koku, you know, you can write all kinds of speeches and it fits the occasion. I said, well, it's by the grace of God. And I'm not only writing his speeches. So putting words in the president's mouth doesn't come easy. And Obi, if you want to be filthy rich through some certain means, as a president speechwriter, why? You can put certain things in his speeches. Once the president says it, it becomes what? Becomes a gospel.
Yeah.
It becomes gospel.
Yeah.
Then you now run with that and go and discount it on the money market.
Yeah.
God forbid, I never did any such thing. And he was also aware. Because he knew he was very alert to President Mills. Extremely alert. Mekai, where you ban fresh, and you say, board. Ija, me didn't go to board, be send me board. In fact, me didn't to me, no so.
Board, mayor.
Minka. So, Maminko share board me, no so. You know, President Mills vetted the list of all people who were going on boards. My name was on it. Milante's name was on it. And then Ludwig. We were his aides, presidential aides. Yeah. President Mills deleted our names. I'm telling you. That he will not have any aid of his.
Seven.
No. And if you want to be on a board, they will leave the presidency and go and be on a board. But he won't sit at this presidency for any of his aides. And talking about aides, they will leave four of us. 4 presidential aides. Koku Anyidoho. Ludwig
Roger.
And then Victor Smith. But Victor Smith also left at a point in time. So if my memory serves me right, presidential aid, President Mills had only 3 aides at the long run. Presidential aides.
3.
Not what is happening today. Well, you have a very convoluted list of people at that presidency. You understand it? That's how meticulous na papano yeah. Until you try any manner or back in kind and then the memory no as a magnet. Or fun and CCA the next day of friend no only wouldn't come. Now what you to when you namasa on page could be overcoming in actual
Oko Nekrechi in 2012.
Yeah.
Fortunately, more parties say we need power in 2012. Yeah. Mudia Konyano 4 years. Ufri say in 4 years, no year enough to honor the memory of Professor Mills.
Well, I will leave that to the judgment of Ghanaians.
Ghanaians, but it's also a Ghanaian.
Oh well, yes, but maybe aspects of the biography may say something, but I don't want to go into that. I just know, say, within the period and coupon the man say, only NDC dominant. In the infant is about 1996.
Yes.
And in the biography, you will read how he became the choice of President Rawlings. The approaches, the steps that look, people have helped, and I'm happy that the biography also will as it were heap some praise on individuals. Now, I'm for him say almost all my year be Magana. In Pompi, Yabana Sana, you so as another time I'm Obama camp, growing up in the military, in the barracks.
Yes.
Especially time I'm Papa commandant or if I say military academy and training schools. Every freshly graduated officer, teaching second lieutenant for no, was star back no masa. You would think that they are the first batch of officers that have graduated. That excitement, of having just that one star, but they are generals.
Yeah.
So it is that in politics, very often, sometimes when people rush in as second lieutenants, they forget that there were many second lieutenants before they came. But they're looking at that. They are looking at that. They own anything that they are the first graduating set of officers that has ever happened. It doesn't happen that way, and that is where you crash land. Because if there is no patience to learn, and this is the social media, it has its good sides.
Yeah.
But Obi, you and I know that, like every coin, there are 2 sides. And so instead of learning, rather there's ganging up on social media and heaping insults, but because they don't know what people have done. And they think that they are the first to have arrived. And they have got they are not, they are nowhere.
Well, you are meaning for the want of a better word. We are better.
Oh no, how?
About new maybe a SEC in times.
How?
Bitter. But you are hurt.
I'm not hurt. Why should I be hurt?
On your head, say in 2016. In those
it's not about bitterness, it's not about being hurt. It's about showing concern. I was concerned. Why?
But now
but if we brought down an MPP government, because they were walking up a certain path, and you are also walking up that path, isn't it obvious that things are going to be in a certain way? But we fought hard, and we believed that we could cross the Rubicon and then steady the ship. But hey, it didn't so happen. So, my brother, so as I'm saying, I've been busy writing this book.
Okay.
I've been busy on the Tamils Institute. And there's one thing that we are championing now as an institute, which is very dear to me, and this is the Constitution. You understand? It's about the good governance. Talking about good governance. And the issue has to do with our own Constitution and how we must look at it going forward. Specifically, Article 199. Now, this Article 199, there was an amendment in 1996 in Act 527. The amendment of Act 527 added Clause 4 to Article 199. And that Clause 4. Atamos Institute now. Register more office. Your office.
Okay.
Oh yes. And now ya start here ye adwuma. Efa sebe yamanyosem. Se na yesu ye de anu betum. Ye de nsem betudwa. Ye tumi di nkomo wie na ntiase ye adwuma. Na chese ye nyina ye de boa. Ye de frefre because na President Mills na edan the na ye daje. Better Ghana. Me gidi say better Ghana. Ye nyandru we ye. I be so yen drew the final better Ghana and say na Yakopon answer babium. But say be ya chichede nantie. Send your mampam dwane ya mekepuru okowura Noah Ark mu. Sa na chichede so nantie no so drew obi. Amamo no enya mampamrika. Ya chichede nantie. Yes. Nti abani brana ya yen sakra ni edu nkomo. Nti Atamos Institute. Ni ya pa chere ni say e na krata bi a ye tro de tudwa em say about Monday. When he say protocol say yes. Should we continue to give contracts to public servants who have attained the retirement age of 60? Anyebia Ghana say why ye adwuma or public service. Wenya infi do sia. Yes. Now I was say Kofi no. Yankasa ya dane than the Constitution in Act 527 of 1996. At the Clause 4 abeka Article 199. Sa Clause 4 first no. Within article 1 to 3 of clause, within clause 1 to 3 of article 199, and they say, "Oh yeah, Juma public service na ukopim dunsia kofi." Yes. And the amendment no, and I the clause 4 beka na clause 4 no say unya infi dunsia na aban na ewoso protocol say appointing authority. Yes. Say aban na ewoso hwe wanim say obi mi pawanim. Until when you're 60, Mama home coin, illegal because there are two constitutions. Mama home coin say, Mama 5 additional years. Yeah, first of all, you 2. Okay. As I'm 2 be now. When me fe pa myself, ma top up. Me the one account top up. Now you na be 5 years. So having attained the retirement age of 60, no, per clause 4 of 199, you can be given a contract up to 5 years. The question is that maybe a criminal and you had buy and you be a buy ya de juma a dear boy na shouldn't we take a second look at it again, especially for the institute? Our issue has to do with the security services in particular, okay, or for that matter the police service in particular. In the wake of Anyamonsema Ekoso, say BDAT Flagstaff House, or see a minister of state in charge of national security, or to meet on Onkasani Nikro say Omuko by election, and when you may be by election. I say now IGPT ho now Onimuhe police commander our field Sadano say Minimuhe. So the question is didn't come on say police na nkaso Onimuhe, but not say a elections task force. National security operatives ni wom, police for ni be a wom, but policeman ka say sanko for na ye who dead ne de. I just want to shame man san we hu. Say ye ni momo, say ye ni momo. Yes. Boni ye boni, anameboa. Yes. Say ye ni momo, ye ni momo no. Boni e ye boni.
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
Enye we nkwa. Say ye to be police officer, Nanka Bruce. E Flagstaff House. Police engineer nyehwe. Now the question the institute is putting across is that maybe, look, because I'm a politician, I've not stopped being a politician. Yes. But say young kasa politicians you raise issues no. Emiendi ehun komo a. Mo nhwe na mo jai ama politicians. Na de be ba no, masa.
Ankoye papa.
Thank you yentumi so. So the question is that already the politician ono amanyon nina ya to aba no say on betina konwa no. Emane man ho kwan say obaye no. Otumi yen sakraye ewo police. Ewo army. Immigration yes ah. Na fe oye san sakraye ni wie a. Na emana san man kwan bi say say we be 60 years.
Otumi say
san hwe we ni on ma wan kopim extra 5 years. Na obi politician tuntun ben penny baby akọ na mfama edena koduro politician no ote wono sebe onya ponk sebe ponko bia wo wiase a obetena so you don't do that. Let us begin to restrict politicians and let's do it as a nation because the person is 60 now. It is a politician is giving a contract. You think the politician will finish giving the contract and not begin to ask you to do his or her bidding? Yes.
Into way IGP where the 60 years. Now me sign out 2 years. Automatically you owe.
Thank you. Exactly to the system.
Your very existence to me.
Exactly. Look. But at least below the age of 60.
Yeah.
Say the your biases. Yes, sir. But politician bia emfa obi anko police college.
Yeah.
You understand? So irrespective of how people get recruited into the security services, you know, you better grant you almost say almost call through processes be. No more omenyantetie bi answer me about information. Say oye DNU that one. But obed rising after 60. Now also corner home gym. Now for a politician and they check the contract. Then the politician begins to use you. And that's the argument that the institute is raising. That look, let's take a second look at it. That below 60, we can grant them all their professionalism, irrespective of whatever mistakes they may make. You know, we can grant them their professionalism.
But with this system,
na politician, eco man contractor. After no compromise
proposal, they say, "Oh, this 60 he should go."
So let's take another look at clause article 1994. Either we expand it, make modifications so that it doesn't include men and women in uniform, so that other public servants yes can enjoy it, but men in uniform and women in uniform, so that we can at least vouch for a high level of professionalism. 60 kofi. And yes, I see that Paul Tewiakwe.
Yes.
President Mills and the IGP. If I done a best swearing in, President Mills, my friend, Castle. No, 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 say you're the IGP. Because that time, you're earlier on, you're President Mills, about fresh. And now, Mrs. Mills Robertson, I think that's her name, was the acting IG.
Yeah.
So, President Mills was searching around, and he was searching around within the police service. And now, after a while, a bed there, he said, your papa be a friend of Paul, tell you a quick. I said, now, do not say, look, this man can be our Inspector General. It's a friend of Paul, Castle. No, into Drew Anna, President Mills said, I want to make you my Inspector General of Police. The man was shocked. Are you a Christian? Or say yes. Give him a Bible. And the secretary to the president, Mr. Bibako Mensa, FR Bible, and on the map, Paul Tewiakwe. Now you have 4 pay. It was Adano. President, the secretary, me, and Paul Tewiakwe, and no taking the oath of office. It's a look at me try picture. Picture like Bob until later on. Me na me try picture and I call you a story because the president didn't give me prior notice. Intimate to me, I'm Bobo. Me, a castle press call. That's how Paul Kwe became IGP. Apart from that, OD 60. Anna NDC government also. Person man extension. Paul Kwe si Debbie. Maybe 60 ameko. Mobi fufro embe twaso. I'm telling you.
But would a progressive move not be say President cry appointee IGP ni adeno?
Thank you. That's another argument. Because I heard there's a Kenyan model.
Yeah.
And your president in the IGP. A council being a tenancy. It's in as if IGP or Kenya. What in the nice FM say a police uniform. Young crime free China bium. Ombe pamno Kenya wa. No creative jobs Emma Kenya within the police service. As I speak to you, I know for a fact say there's a unit within the Ghana police service. You will tell us. Also, I'm not the pam for her. Ejuma ben omo yo. Into the say more a gabardine and answer uniform into me pamna. But you see, it is a politician who wants to import from China. Or person import business the man are down for be.
Ekosiisen Asempa FM.
Na bedrua masa ya tafre kakra. And
by politician you mean momon call for any way more.
You see politicians generally politicians say it politicians, the general politicians. So we are saying that, and I said the another argument also is that say a person in Pakono and I said every year public servants in 65 years and say no more humjema. And yes, na 65 years.
Yes.
So the government of the argument is that let us stop politicians from handing over contracts to men and women in uniform. So that they can be professional and work. Because at the end of the day, who professional say yama contract no. Who colleagues no more say. Because having look at the presidency, I know people. Mean can police service, but I know people in certain areas. When they are getting the 60, they actually lobby for the extension. Yes, it's human nature.
Once opportunity, no
exactly. Oh, the man that want to because constitution says so we are saying it's about time that as a nation we bring the discourse back. At least for our security agencies, politicians here, stay off, and let's build. And the way I make it's nothing new. I'm saying now, COP Kofi Bachi, New Year School.
Yeah,
he said a similar thing in a different way.
Yeah,
ACP Agojo has said, so it means that thank you. Yeah, what's it in the let's look at it as a nation, and the institute is pushing it from that good governance angle, and so we can have some discourse around it. Atamils Institute, AMI,
just that's Atamils Institute.
Yes. Not for good governance. No. Just an Atamils Institute.
Okay.
But within it, the areas of focus, democracy, rule of law, good governance. Those are the issues that we are and law.
Okay.
The law itself. Because President Mills now and setting up the Constitutional Review Commission.
Ekosiisen
headed by the learned Professor Albert Fiajo. Nyankasa Madam for Atoguba was secretary.
Yeah, executive secretary.
Exactly. And now presenting report to President Mills.
Yes.
Then there was a committee a white paper by. Then under President Mahama, because President Mills no nigobium. Under President Mahama began set up a committee, an implementation committee. Yes. Same implementation committee started say a year Juma. And NDPC, National Development Planning Corporation. Commission, thank you. Under Dr. Nimoy Thompson.
Yes.
He started the 40-year development plan. And one or two seminars be. So President Mahama started the implementation process. Then Kwabrani at the Yanko court send your President Mills here setting up commission illegal or the Supreme Court. Now my checks tell me that sometime in 2016 the Supreme Court gave a ruling.
Yes.
Said President Mills Edim Rakwine
and they set it up.
So that matter was resolved at the Supreme Court. But Anchediane ye free abemo. But NPP for buy you don't believe that even the NDPC started say
40-year development.
Now on technical grounds say the constitution had not been amended. You understand? Technical grounds that the constitution that yes there was a review committee. Then there was a white paper.
Yes.
But there was no real amendment. So if there was an implementation committee working out of the white paper recommendations, they have thrown it out and have not gone back to go and even help us to do the real amendment. So what are we doing to ourselves as a nation?
But in the white paper, no, were there any recommendations in that white paper? And nature said was here amendment to be. Because if you look at the white,
of course. I mean, once there's a whole review and the whole review, and their recommendations, of course, the recommendation. That's the whole idea of the amendment.
Yeah, I know, but so what kind of the white paper?
Yeah, it's all of the amendment.
Because yes, amendment, Constitution Review Commission make key recommendations for amendment to some clauses in the Constitution and all of that. But the government then issued a white paper on the recommendations, and in the white paper, virtually disagreeing with almost all the recommendations of the commission, apart from a few. But election of MMDCs. It is also recommendations yes, in fact, on the election of the MMDCs, I think government and a commission say Nipa 5, near Vetia Maka 3, na Yakwakoto on Swaba and all of that. But there were other recommendations are buying Eboguinti. I don't know see a Drew level now. So
we are saying that whatever be the case, some process was begun. Some process began.
Yes.
Is that not it?
Yes.
Yes, starting BB.
Yes.
Because you know, say we are Bible cry every time. Revised versions, Eba and
Yes.
Yes. And then you new RSV, new revised version, and then newly revised version. I mean, so you know, books, first edition, second edition, third edition. So some process began under president.
You think that was a twasso?
Thank you. And let's take another look. If it's not a total review of the Constitution, as President Mills wanted it to be, so Krana, we can go into specifics. We can zero into specifics. And the particular one that we are championing now is Clause 4 of 199.
199.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Ekosiisen, 34 minutes after 3 minutes. Mr. Koku Anyidoho in our studio. Former Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, former Director of Communications at the Presidency, under the presidency of John Evans at Mills, the late President of the Republic of Ghana.
And the founder and the CEO of the Times Institute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, founder and CEO.
Okay. Amodi Amano.
No, I'm the founder and CEO.
Oh, you are the founder and CEO. No, I thought you said President. Sorry about that.
And also still a vice president of the Council of African Political Parties.
Oh.
As I speak to you, we have our 11th council meeting coming up in Tunis.
Tunis.
In next month. And
you will be in Tunis?
I'll be in Tunis for the council meeting.
Koku, Wakawaha say, yes, you would always be a politician. Ope politics. Losing general secretary position. I didn't know expect who say na eba say obe lose.
Well, Obi, good question. First of all, let me just state, I have no regrets contesting. And it's good that you have raised this question. I may have forgotten. I have no regrets contesting.
On Asempa FM.
Given the opportunity to contest again, I mean, like, if you reverse the clock.
For general secretary.
Yes. I have no regrets. Because first of all, nobody has patented the position.
Yes.
Is that not it?
Yes.
Good. That's the same way I also didn't patent the position of head of communication at the presidency. So when my time came for me to move, I move on. You understand? Let somebody else come and do it. You get it? That's society. That's a Darwinian theory of evolution. We move on. So, because the moment any system is static, it will atrophy.
Yeah.
So we must evolve. So, yes, I went to Congress. Delegates voted. Results were declared. In good faith.
But now we are shocked at vote.
Why would I be shocked? I won't be shocked. Because
now we expect this Obenians have vote.
To be frank, I expected more.
Sanka Obenya more.
Oh, of course.
Until you were shocked.
I don't want to use that word.
Sir.
I wasn't shocked.
You were surprised.
Okay, maybe more like 4 years ago, as Deputy General Secretary, when I was Deputy General Secretary, look at the overwhelming votes I got in Kumasi. Wide margin. And in the 4 years that I was Deputy General Secretary, I believe in my heart of hearts that I acquitted myself very well. Acquitted myself very, very, very well. I'm proud of my own record. And I'm not behaving like that, the lizard that fell from the Ruku tree and decided to praise itself because nobody will praise it.
Yeah.
I'm praising myself based on strong record. But it didn't happen. But then again, I went into contest with what? The message of what? Party first.
Yes.
Party first. the supremacy of the party.
Indeed, you had to accept
in the
results
supreme
of that,
interest. It's in the supreme interest of the party. Let's move on. Now, so I stayed till the end. I gave a speech.
Yeah.
Is that not it?
Yeah.
And then got down to shake.
Or more only uncontested, you know.
Well, not all of them, but
okay.
Well, of course, General Mokito, minimum Mokito in the contest here, so he was among the people that I shook hands with. And for me, the fact that he stood up, and not he alone. When I went shaking hands, including everybody who was there, stood up. That alone was an acknowledgement
of Ejuma Awaye.
Of course.
And I'm more sorry, and including former President Mahama.
They all stood up. And almost all of them, I had a tete-a-tete as I moved along.
Okay.
Now, General Mosquito did a very fantastic thing. Good.
Yes.
Say, me say party first.
Yes.
Bibiania. Yen party nenim. Me yen baku fu enim. Because party na eja. Yen nyina ye chine na
yes.
Nti yenko at the end of the day no matter. Nyankopon eni hyehyɛ. Masa Joseph anka ni nuanom se muton no eko Misrim oba kwa dale prime minister. Anka mu jani mfi. Na no pa bia no mu wonu kunsa. Say ba wo ton no.
Yes.
So God's ways are not our ways. And when one door is closed, many more will be open.
Yeah.
Now, and General Mosquito, I think 3, 4, 5 days. I said, Johnson, offer me. In fact, offer me, me say call no. And I'm a friend back. Oh, what is that? Me say, me where? Oh, nyehwe me na me friend.
On Asempa
Acha we bisa say what is saying. Bibia wo ye okay, bibia me say boss. Bibia okay. O de eche bedin komo. Obi. That was a sign of leadership, maturity, magnanimity. I'm telling you.
From General Mosquito.
Oh, yes. Because when in PMP, a coalition here, on my way winning no, nani boyfu. Say I don't know contesting. As I don't know I say I know they will no say some position they there. The referee say also contesting obi no nya but only they say be contesting no. Then about 2 weeks after, Osan friend me biom, General Mosquito. Say, omo be for me
committees.
Yes, committee. Yes, presidential primaries election committee. Now, the English question was, "Are you available?" Now me say, "Yes, I am available." I say, "Okay, fine." The person me kasa me frɛ. Ansa na me di odi anko.
Akọ.
Me person obi na be frɛ. Obi. Another sign of maturity and leadership. First of all, 4 years now, I served him very well. So there was mutual respect. But near Mosquito, after Congress, no, I think I'm prepared to hold his hand stronger for us to walk on the path of the NDC. Now, I'm saying this so that as a member of the Elections Committee, Presidential Primaries Committee, 23rd October, Nipan Eson na eko. Nipa ba kope ni benya. Yes sir.
Yes.
Insie bi de omunya. Omuso ma yoma from the yes omunya. And as a committee, and no a meeting, and then me no kwasa ye say ye meeting bi, ye dey omu ye meetings. Now me, my personal admonition from what I learned from President Mills.
Yes.
From what I would have done if I had won, but of course I didn't win.
Yes.
But from what Asenikecha has done, it means it's doable. My plea, 7 contestants. Obi biara obe win.
Omunyina nta na chi.
The hold on, yes sir.
Okay.
Sandy pano. Asudie kese dane so. Say, nyese we win you no.
Ekosiisen.
Na
obi ayaka.
Nkotata obi a o. Say be yesi ni opa de no, na otene nsa. Mu biara de efa bo ejijina. Na o pa de na o title obi. Na wo pampam nkrofo
omonso
anase sa wo tene wonsa na wo bo mo asuma amuze wala enti omumu biara oba wini no should be able to pick a phone and call the others
on no am free
why not? Mosquito didn't ask anybody to call me when President Mills won in 2008. President Kufuor, the sitting president, was the one who called President Mills and congratulated him. So it is doable. No be winning NDC Congress. Primaries Nancy. We are on to me for phone. Non for the other 6 contestants. Non down Mwase for giving him a good contest.
Oh, can't we? Because so suspect is any you be better.
Please, I don't want to conjecture into that area. Okay. All I'm saying is we are talking about one party. When I was in primary school,
Ekosiisen
my reader book 2 or 3. Na extra unity.
Yes.
Yes, ye prayer. Broom. Single mama will be ye boom easy. Yes, sir. Yes, Sunday sa prayer na ekabo ma ye de ahoma chichire ye de ma will be ntumi.
Yes.
In unity lies strength. Bakufo entumi nye. Ba uwini nye na fe na wo ene we chitafo. Mu be pru amanfo, super amanfo, edidi amanfo atema. Sebe, una wo president edi o. Yeah, una wo president edi. Na wo nka amanfo mbom. No mu ntawe chi a. Basa, President Mills na beka nazem. E wo panti o se ezibano. Na bere nziwe chi a. Wan kote na enam. Se ezibano a. Wo de nipa deseni.
Wodi wechi. O can say more.
I'm telling you.
Ububeo.
Thank you.
Emodu.
I'm telling you. Yes. Say Zibanwa. What the dom otawechi. Na Zibano na dom tawechi a. Or the na unkote ekwako.
But what can or more say be a watch say wadwene ade they go on Facebook, social media, echitafo be di ateme ne ade no. And no one na wo dey fa habe, he say it shouldn't continue.
Master, I am just giving
general advice.
In my capacity as a former deputy general secretary of the party, as a member of the presidential electoral committee, and also maybe now as a founder CEO of an institute that champions good governance. And my NDC credentials, I've not changed it. I'm still NDC, and I'll be NDC forever. I want my party to win 2020, but we must be united.
2020, you said?
Yes, I want us to win 2020.
You want?
Yes.
And I say you know you can win.
I want us to win.
Would you win?
If we are united and we go forward with a strong feet, a strong message, an organized campaign where everybody is involved, right from the branch, constituency, region, national. Let's use the party structures. And let's not allow
splinter groups,
amorphous, amoeba-like, shapeless groups to hijack our campaign and run us into a ditch again. Of course, I'm not saying it was a Kosibocho report. Everybody knows it. When I was campaigning, it was an open thing that as general secretary. Why? If I had won, splinter group. Mama mia. I'm not going to cry 2 channels.
I choose them.
No, but honestly, on the campaign trail,
yes.
Why? I give all credit to President Mahama. He has said it on several occasions recently on the campaign trail that in 2020 there will be no splinter groups.
Yes.
On my line.
Yes.
Yes, he has said it. So I'm not saying anything new.
As a matter of fact, all the
aspirants,
national executives, I mean,
yes,
the same.
Mas I'm why
and number 2 and number 3. You know you're powerful man.
And crying because the
we are just about wrapping up. Now, maybe final 2 questions. First one here.
Don't ask me any controversial question.
Oh, no, don't worry. We are part of the electoral committee.
Yes.
Going into the presidential primary.
Yes.
What did the aspirants?
Oh, yes. In fact, it's true. For we have been meeting them. Like I said, as I speak to you, there's a meeting ongoing. Okay. We've been meeting them. It is a young political, and I understand them. And of course, it's not me. The committee understands them.
Yes.
The committee chaired by Kofi Anyidoho. It's only 7 of us. And we understand them because as political parties, yes, we call IPAC meetings.
Yes.
We call IPAC meetings now, who parties now, easy, hammer, and easy from a Farajan time. And a lot of reforms have taken place through IPAC. Into any aspirants, so almost one more kano.
Yes.
And so, I mean, for example, the Congress called trade fair. Why? Us as aspirants or what are contestants, we didn't even know where the ballot papers were printed. Is that not it? So we couldn't have agents there.
Yes.
This time around, the aspirants know where the printing is taking place. They have agents. Oh yes, 4 agents per aspirant to be there with tags. Follow the process with your eyes. And we've given them all the breakdown in terms of the ballot statistics, the number of ballot papers that will be printed. In all, it's about 300,000 papers. And the breakdown is there. If you do the mathematics, you will find that, yes, or 29,000 branches times 9. Then you go to the 275 constituencies times 28. Then you come to region, you come to national, you come to NEC, foreign branches, 12 foreign branches, 15 each per foreign branch. If you do that, it gives you a bulk sum of about 274,000. The standard practice is that you up it by 10%. So 274, 10% of it will give what? 27. So is that not it? If you add all, it gives you about 300,000. That's what we are printing.
Okay.
We do that, then we index the boxes to every region. There are some regions where some branches don't exist. All the statistics are available. Just educate your agents for your agents to know why they are there.
Okay.
If your agents go and dance around their own ignorance, that's nobody's business. That's why Farijan will tell you that elections are won
at the polling
yes,
station.
and not at his office. And that's why in 2012, Mr. Bawumia embarrassed himself at the Supreme Court because he said agents are what? Glorified what?
Observers.
He didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't know what he was talking about.
But I don't know what they are.
What do you need? If you don't educate your agents, and you send glorified observers to go and be your agents, and taflaje, they are robbed, who are you coming to blame? You send glorified observers.
Okay.
And I send train agents. So if taflaje, my train agents went, taflaje, my train agents went, and they made your glorified observers sleeps. Why do you go waste our time in court for 8 months? Now, where is the key to the dollar? The handcuff, is it missing? I have some handcuff in my house. Oh. When the CID people came to check my house, I think they forgot a handcuff. So I can spare it to Bawumia to go and catch the dollar and handcuff the dollar for us. We beg him.
I was saying, yeah, sorry. I wish we could continue. In some baby Oba, me was a Kotoko team, era stadium. I
don't support them, but I wish them well.
Oh,
I'm a phobian and I'm an Arsenal supporter. And yesterday I was happy that PSG beat Man U. I don't like them. In fact, that's the only point of departure between myself and the late President Mills.
Oh, he was
Man U died.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that was Arsenal. But otherwise, we are hearts of folk. We are everything.
Yeah.
We were all in went to Achimota School. We were Legon Hall.
Yes.
But football. Say, Man U win here. I'm not part of the party.
Well, say, Obi, please ask Koku what his history on Legon campus was. Was it with the Dankwabuzia club? Is that from a friend or your Wadam?
Look, one of my friends on campus was YB.
Oh, yeah, Samoa.
I think it was his final year when he came to first year. One of I just told you about the agitation on campus to restore democracy. Why? Nana Akufo-Addo, I met with Nana Akufo-Addo before at Akwafo dining hall. We used to meet Kwesi Pratt and call them E9 on top of the bookshop in Legon. Because even this MFJ, Movement for Freedom and Justice, myself and the late friend of mine, the late Captain Raka Tete, we were doing clandestine work for the movement, but people don't know. We were the boys on the ground because we wanted the restoration of democracy. So in that period, and on Legon campus, you at any day at the time, you have more people who were anti-government.
Yes.
And so I worked closely with people like YB. There was one Asobi. When I met YB last 2 weeks at the Jacob's Finance, I was asking of Asobi. We used to call him Asobi. You understand? Those days, the late Alaji, he was the youth organizer for the MPP. I think he became I forgot his name.
Okay.
So I work closely with them. But I can say before God and man, I have never voted UP. In 92, I voted NDC. I'm telling you. With the ballot box was in front of Legon Hall, I remember. So if they thought that I was with the Dandankwa tradition, we were doing student politics. And they had the numbers at the time for us to pursue the student politics agenda. So why? We work together and collaborate.
Wow.
It doesn't mean I'm UP.
Mate, Koku, I wish we could continue, but the man said we would fix another.
Why not? There's more
questions. I was coming me.
Yes.
Messages are about a dozen.
I'm telling you.
We'll fix another date. I'll keep all these questions.
A friend is saying, ye di komo nyina na and let them be in suspense.
In
so
suspense.
That 1 year from now, if I'm coming back again,
that be 1 year the boss.
No, I've also enjoyed it. Thank you. It's been a very healthy conversation. Yes.
Thank you.
I enjoy it. And to your listeners, I'm sure now some of them are saying, "Wow, you says I not you."
Oh,
maybe before.
Oh,
yeah.
Ben, I think you've shown the other part of Koku Anyidoho. It's been good having you.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks for the opportunity.
Again.
Sure, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Koku Anyidoho and the attending can Ekosiisen Sony. Unfortunately, and there was sorry, Emma sports team they take you over. Yeah, the Kumasi Asante Kotoko and the Zesco United game, Bremo live from the Babayara Sports Stadium. Now, Ocean Nipa, a stadium where Seweni and Sawa Katre, Minia Kobe Stone, Aya Crado, taking over from you here on Asempa 94.7 FM. Good afternoon.